What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into our first news. Conor has shown interest in a potential showdown with rising lightweight striker Mauricio Ruffy, and the story is gaining serious traction. Following his emphatic TKO win over Dan Hooker, Ruffy boldly called out both Paddy Pimblett and Conor, making it clear he wants a massive name next. In a recent interview, Ruffy revealed that Conor himself later mentioned the idea of fighting him, which immediately caught his attention. According to Ruffy, Conor spoke about the matchup as a high-level striker versus striker fight, something that would generate far more excitement and commercial appeal. Ruffy explained that Conor is looking to build his comeback the right way, preferring a dangerous and exciting opponent rather than someone coming off multiple losses. The goal, as described by Ruffy, is to deliver a fight that drives the audience crazy and reminds fans of elite striking at the highest level. Hearing this left Ruffy stunned and motivated. He said he agreed instantly, making it clear he was fully on board and ready to go at 100%. The conversation didn't stop there. When the interviewer asked whether Conor actually mentioned him by name, Ruffy confidently confirmed that the answer he received was yes. This revelation has only fueled speculation and hype around the matchup. With Ruffy's momentum and Conor's star power, the potential clash is already being viewed as a blockbuster striking showcase that fits perfectly into Conor's long-awaited return narrative. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to support the channel. Moving on to another news, Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy is now official. The featherweight clash has been announced as the main event of UFC London, setting up a high-stakes showdown with major title implications. Both undefeated contenders are riding strong momentum, and the winner is widely expected to secure the next title shot against Alexander Volkanovski. Evloev brings relentless pressure and wrestling control, while Murphy adds sharp striking and composure. The card also features Michael Venom Page, who is scheduled to face Sam Patterson, adding more excitement and star power to an already stacked London event night show. Moving on to another news, Khabib has revealed a clear and exciting path for Umar Nurmagomedov's next fight, and no matter how the UFC moves, the outcome looks massive. Fresh off cornering Umar to a dominant unanimous decision victory over former flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo at UFC 324, Khabib broke down the performance and explained what comes next. He praised Figueiredo as a tough and intelligent opponent who chose to fight safe, avoided risky exchanges, and refused to force action. According to Khabib, that approach made it difficult to secure a finish, even though Umar controlled the fight with pressure and positioning. Khabib explained that the lack of wild moments was not because of Umar's performance, but because Figueiredo was experienced, durable, and calculated. When a former champion decides to minimize danger, it becomes hard to catch him clean. Still, Khabib made it clear that the win was extremely important for the bigger picture. The result pushed Umar firmly into the top 4 of the bantamweight division and clarified the current hierarchy at the top. Khabib laid out the situation very plainly. Right now, the division revolves around 4 names: Sean O'Malley, Merab, Petr Yan, and Umar. According to him, the next step depends entirely on how the UFC books the title defense. If Petr Yan defends the belt against Merab in the highly anticipated rematch fans have been asking for, then Umar will face the winner of that fight. However, if Yan goes another direction, the immediate plan is for Umar to fight Sean O'Malley. That potential matchup carries huge star power and would be an electric clash of styles. Khabib emphasized that becoming part of this top 4 was the real goal, and now that it's been achieved, the path is much clearer. Umar himself admitted that the fight with Figueiredo felt like his worst match in terms of action, as there were very few exchanges and little back and forth. Some fans even booed during the bout, a reaction Khabib understood. He echoed that sentiment by saying the fight felt easier than some of Umar's sparring sessions, simply because the opponent never fully committed to engaging. Despite that, the importance of the win cannot be overstated. It secured Umar's place among the elite of the division and positioned him right on the edge of a title shot. Whether it's Sean O'Malley next or a future clash with the winner of Yan versus Merab, Khabib made one thing clear: Umar is now exactly where he needs to be. Moving on to another news, Alexander Volkanovski has made his intentions crystal clear about what he wants next, and it has nothing to do with taking an easy road. Fresh off defending his featherweight title against Diego Lopes, Volkanovski revealed that if given the choice, he would prefer to face Movsar Evloev over Lerone Murphy. He explained that Movsar represents the new wave of wrestling heavy fighters taking over the division, and he sees that style as the real challenge he wants to test himself against. Volkanovski openly acknowledged that Movsar's grappling and pressure-based approach has been dominating the UFC lately. Rather than avoiding that trend, he wants to confront it head-on. According to him, both Movsar and Lerone are dangerous and undefeated, but the storyline around Movsar's wrestling, control, and unbeaten record stands out more. Volkanovski made it clear he is not interested in picking favorable matchups. He wants the toughest contenders available and believes that facing Movsar fits perfectly with his mindset as champion. He also touched on the possibility of Movsar and Lerone fighting each other in London, suggesting that whoever wins that matchup would likely be next in line. From Volkanovski's perspective, if that fight happens, he expects Movsar to come out on top, which would naturally lead to their clash for the belt. He described Movsar as part of a new era, an undefeated fighter with a style that many champions try to avoid, but one he is willing to face without hesitation. Daniel Cormier added his perspective, praising Volkanovski as the greatest featherweight of all time. He pointed to Volkanovski's resume, highlighting that he has now won 8 UFC title fights. 4 of those victories came against Max Holloway, and another against Jose Aldo, 2 fighters widely considered among the best featherweights ever. According to Cormier, the fact that Volkanovski is willing to fight contenders like Movsar or Lerone only strengthens his legacy as a true champion. Volkanovski also reassured fans that retirement is not on his mind. He emphasized that he still feels motivated, hungry, and capable of competing at the highest level. He believes he has much more to give and is ready to continue facing elite contenders in the division. When the topic shifted to a potential move to lightweight, Volkanovski stayed honest. He said that while he would accept a lightweight title fight if it were offered, he does not believe he deserves that opportunity right now. For him, the focus remains on defending his featherweight belt against the toughest possible opponents and continuing to prove himself where he stands. Moving on to another news, Paddy Pimblett is making headlines again after his loss, this time voicing strong frustration over eye pokes he says he suffered during his fight with Justin Gaethje. Just 1 week removed from his brutal unanimous decision defeat to the highlight in the interim lightweight title bout, Paddy shared an update on his recovery and didn't shy away from what bothered him the most. While the bruising and swelling on his face have largely faded, he revealed that his eyes took serious damage during the fight. Paddy explained that his eyes were left puffy, irritated, and painful, claiming he suffered a scratched cornea caused by fingernails during multiple eye pokes. Because of the discomfort, he went to the hospital for precautionary checks. Thankfully, scans came back clean. There were no fractures, no structural damage, and no long-term injuries, just lingering bruising and ongoing eye irritation. Despite the visible damage earlier in the week, Paddy insisted that the situation has been exaggerated online. He pushed back on claims that his face was badly messed up, saying that people were reacting to photos taken when the swelling was at its worst. According to Paddy, those images were shared widely and misrepresented his condition. A week later, he says there is nothing seriously wrong with him, aside from the eye issue that still needs time to fully heal. He admitted the scratched cornea is uncomfortable, but made it clear it won't slow him down. Paddy also shut down any talk of a long layoff. He said there is no plan to sit out for the rest of the year, and no intention of disappearing from the division. Instead, he confirmed he is already lifting weights and will be back in the gym tomorrow to resume full training. His goal is to fight again this summer and stay active rather than letting the loss define him. Looking ahead, Paddy made it clear he wants another shot at Justin. He said there were several moments in the fight that frustrated him and left him angry afterward. He also mentioned that he is hoping Justin beats Ilia in their upcoming unification bout, which could open the door for a future rematch with even higher stakes. This loss marked Paddy's first defeat inside the UFC, snapping his 9-fight winning streak in the promotion. Still, his message is clear. He plans to move fast, stay visible, and keep himself firmly in the conversation instead of fading into the background after his first setback. Moving on to another news. A private phone call between Ilia and Khabib has now been revealed, adding serious fuel to the growing speculation around a potential super fight. Khabib confirmed that he recently spoke with Ilia during a conversation that touched on several important topics, including Ilia's desire to make a fight with Islam Makhachev happen. According to Khabib, Ilia directly asked him to speak with Dana White and help push the idea forward, showing just how serious he is about chasing that matchup. Since retiring from competition, Khabib has remained extremely active, frequently traveling through the Middle East and Dagestan Dagestan for speeches and sponsored appearances. During this period, he also extended an invitation to Ilia to visit Dagestan, a gesture that highlighted mutual respect despite competitive tension. While attending one of his recent appearances in Dagestan, Khabib was asked about the possibility of Ilia versus Islam, his opinion of Ilia as a fighter, and whether the two had been in contact before. He confirmed the phone call took place and shared insight into the discussion, further intensifying the buzz around a clash between two elite champions. Khabib explained that the reason for the call was not entirely mysterious. A few weeks earlier, Ilia had made some aggressive public comments aimed at Khabib's team, which sparked attention online. At the time, Khabib responded jokingly, saying he would have a talk with him. That talk eventually happened, and according to Khabib, it was never confrontational. Instead, it was friendly, respectful, and rooted in open communication rather than conflict. He also pointed out that Dagestan and Georgia are neighboring regions, and despite occasional public jabs between fighters, there is often mutual understanding and professional respect behind the scenes. Teams from both areas have crossed paths many times, and relationships can remain strong even when rivalries heat up in the media. The call itself reflects the growing momentum behind Ilia's ambitions and the increasing chatter surrounding a potential fight with Islam. While nothing is officially booked, the fact that Ilia reached out directly and involved Khabib adds another layer to the story. The conversation has only amplified interest, showing that discussions are happening quietly, even as fans debate loudly. Moving on to another news, UFC veteran Matt Brown has shared his honest take on where Paddy Pimblett currently stands, and his assessment suggests there is still plenty left to prove. While many fans debated whether Paddy was fraud-checked in his interim title loss at UFC 324, Brown doesn't fully buy into that narrative. However, he does believe the hype around Paddy has outpaced his resume inside the octagon. From a merit-based perspective, Paddy entered that interim title fight without a single win over a top 15 ranked opponent. His most notable victory came against Michael Chandler, who holds a losing record in the UFC and whose best performance dates back several years. Although Paddy showed heart, toughness, and durability across 5 hard rounds against Justin Gaethje, he never truly threatened the outcome and ended up losing in decisive fashion. According to Brown, that performance highlighted a bigger issue. There is no reliable measuring stick to judge how Paddy stacks up against the elite of the lightweight division. Speaking on The Fighter versus the Writer, Brown explained that he struggles to pick Paddy against anyone in the top 10, and possibly even outside of it. He emphasized that this doesn't mean Paddy lacks potential, but it does mean questions remain unanswered. What makes the situation more complicated is what comes next. After fighting for an interim title, Brown doesn't believe it makes sense to match Paddy with lower-ranked opponents. Once you are placed in that spotlight, every matchup should reflect that level. That's where Benoit Saint-Denis enters the picture. Saint-Denis is riding serious momentum, having won 4 straight fights, all by finish. After stumbling in his first tests against Dustin Poirier and Renato Moicano, he has rebounded in a big way. Recent wins over Dan Hooker, Mauricio Ruffy, Beneil Dariush, and Kyle Prepolek have firmly re-established him as a top lightweight threat. Brown believes that resume clearly surpasses what Paddy has accomplished so far. In Brown's view, Saint-Denis is the perfect opponent to define Paddy's true level. If Paddy is really the top guy many believe him to be, then this is the kind of fight he should take without hesitation. At the same time, the matchup gives Saint-Denis a massive opportunity. A win over Paddy would boost his name value, increase his star power, and push him closer to title contention. Brown also highlighted the stylistic appeal of the fight. Both fighters are dangerous on the ground, aggressive, and willing to engage. Saint-Denis brings forward pressure and power, while Paddy has proven durability and grappling instincts. Brown summed it up by saying the division needs clarity. We already have a good idea of where Saint-Denis stands. With Paddy, the only way to know is to put him in a fight like this and let the answers come naturally. Moving on to another news, Islam Makhachev has been put firmly on notice as a potential challenger, has made it clear he will not show the champion any special respect. There are already several options being discussed for Islam's first defense of the welterweight title, which he captured last November after vacating the lightweight belt. The Dagestani star continued his dominance at 170 pounds, delivering a composed and convincing win over JDM to usher in a new era at welterweight. One of the fighters aiming to make that reign a short one is rising contender contender Michael Morales. On the same Madison Square Garden card, where Islam claimed the title, Morales delivered a statement of his own, knocking out Sean Brady in brutal fashion. That victory pushed the Ecuadorian to an undefeated 19-0 record in professional MMA and elevated him to the number 3 spot in the welterweight rankings. That position puts Morales in serious contention for a future title shot, whether it comes next or later down the line. And if that opportunity arrives, Morales has already made it clear how he plans to approach the matchup. Speaking on MMA Junkie's Hablamos MMA show, Morales said he would not treat Islam like an untouchable legend. He explained that he sees Islam as an athlete just like himself, a person who bleeds the same and stands in front of him as someone holding the belt he wants to take. Morales acknowledged Islam's legacy and accomplishments, but emphasized that those achievements belong to the champion, not to him. According to Morales, he has worked too hard to give extra praise or respect simply because someone is wearing the belt. Morales stressed that becoming champion is his dream and his priority. He said he is not interested in idolizing anyone inside the cage, regardless of their history or reputation. Whether it is Islam or another contender, Morales believes his mindset and preparation are focused entirely on taking the title from whoever holds it. Despite Morales' confidence, he may have to wait for his chance. After becoming welterweight champion, Islam publicly expressed interest in facing former title holder Kamaru Usman next. That call-out placed Usman ahead of other contenders like Morales and Ian Machado Gary in the immediate title discussion. The idea of Islam versus Usman has divided fans, with many questioning whether Usman deserves a shot after winning only one fight since 2021. Still, Islam's preference has added another layer of uncertainty to the division. Whether the UFC sides with the champion's wish or rewards the momentum of contenders like Morales remains to be seen. But the message from Morales is already clear. When his time comes, respect will not be part of the game plan. That's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of MMA news.